All right, let's talk some Daredevil. The Daredevil Born Again trailer dropped, and I've got to say, it doesn't look terrible. I'm going to be honest, I do not trust Marvel television at the moment. I do not trust any of their series. There have been a lot of misses lately, and just unwatchable. It's become unwatchable. But if anything could save it, it would be bringing back the Daredevil series. Now, I know this isn't gonna be the same series that it was on Netflix, but I don't know. Looking at this trailer, it looks like it's gonna be really close, and I really hope that they keep it that same feel and that same intensity, I guess could be the best word to use, intensity that they did on the Netflix show because that was honestly, at the time when it was on, my favorite superhero show on at the time, and it was great. The first 2 seasons were great. I know the 3rd season fell off a little bit, but I loved it. I loved the first 2 seasons, especially. I still really like the 3rd season. They really stepped up the superhero television, game with that show and with the, other shows around it. Luke Cage, Jessica Jones. I wanna say Iron Fist too, but honestly, that show was not very good at all, but The Defenders wasn't bad, it was pretty good, but that Daredevil show, the first 2 seasons especially, man, that really it was great. Charlie Cox was great. Vincent D'Onofrio was great as Fisk. You had Foggy in there, you had Karen, and, they even brought in, Elektra, they brought in Frank Castle, and man, that 2nd season where he's fighting Frank Castle and the Punisher is just, hell, that's some of the best superhero television I think we've ever gotten. That's my personal opinion, but still, that was pretty amazing, and, this trailer dropped, and it looks like it's kinda got the same feel. It's got that dark, gritty feel that original show on Netflix had, and I'll try to stop mentioning the Netflix show because I know it's gonna be different than that. Even, Fisk in the trailer says it's been a long time, so that is definitely in the past. I gotta say, man, the intensity of this trailer kinda captured the same intensity those first 2 seasons on Netflix had, and it had that same feel, and there's definitely the vicious nature of the Daredevil, just beating up people, bones getting broken on the screen, just slamming that dude onto the floor near the end. And not only does this introduce Daredevil and Fisk, I know they've already been introduced into the MCU, but I know you noticed that scene where he's fighting and he yells out Frank, and it is definitely John Bernthal, Punisher, is gonna be the Punisher in the MCU because this is MCU. John Bernthal's in it. He's playing Frank Castle. He's the Punisher. This is pretty exciting because I know a lot of people, I'm not the only one, but I wanted him to be the Punisher in the MCU because I think he did a great job as Punisher. And they've made it official with this trailer. They've made it official. Punisher, John Bernthal Punisher is going to be the Punisher in the MCU. That's pretty exciting. Charlie Cox is great as Daredevil. Vincent D'Onofrio, like I mentioned, great as Fisk. So I guess it all just comes down to the production, it all comes down to the writing, and it all comes down to what direction Disney will let them take with this show, and I really hope it's the same direction that they went with the, original show on Netflix. I guess it's kinda the same thing, but it's really not, to be honest, since this is gonna be MCU. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see on that approach. I mean, it looks good to me. They mentioned that, he stopped being a vigilante, he stopped being Daredevil because the line was crossed. I wonder if that means if somebody died, if Daredevil killed somebody, or who knows? I am looking forward to this one though. I don't wanna say high hopes for it, but I do hope that it's good. Like I've mentioned with all the MCU videos I've done and everything coming out, I hope it's good. I hope they put it back on track because the beginning of the MCU up through Endgame was really, really good. I won't say every movie was great, but every movie compared to everything that they've put out in the last since Endgame, every movie was great. I know there's been some really good movies since Endgame, but at the same time, it's just fallen off drastically. It's fallen off drastically. And if they want to get the MCU back on track, this show would be a great first step in doing that because when it first came out, it was a massive success. It had a huge following and people loved it. So if they want to get the MCU, and I know it's going to take more than just one show to get the MCU back on track, but this would be a great starting point, especially with the hit that they had on Netflix with it. So if they deviate from that tone and from what they did on that show, it's going to turn a lot of people off, whether they're trying to do something different or not, because it's the same characters and the same actors, and people are going to measure it up to that. I mean, it may not be fair. They may be trying to do something completely different with the character and with the show, but at the same time, you can't use the same people involved and expect people not to measure it up to that. So they got big shoes to fill, but I feel like if they want to get the MCU back on track, again, it's not going to start with just one TV show, but this needs to be good. And it would be a great first step in that direction. Everything that comes out this year needs to be good if they want to start moving the MCU back to where it was pre-Endgame. And hopefully they carry over that intensity from Netflix and they bring back the Daredevil that everybody knows and loves and it's good. I really hope it is, but what do you think? What do you think about the trailer? Let me know in the comments. I know Charlie Cox is going to do a good job. I know Vincent D'Onofrio is going to do a good job. What do you think about John Bernthal officially being the MCU's Punisher? Let me know below and let me know what you think about this trailer. Are you looking forward to it? Do you think they're going to screw it up? Let me know, and I'll catch you next time.